Hello everyone, today is January 3rd and you know what that means. National Fruitcake Toss Day. That's right, so grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, grab your fruitcakes, throw them around and open up your favorite pro player stream because today we're talking about how to learn from the pros. A pretty popular answer to the question, how do I get good at this game, is to watch videos of high-level players or professional players playing your hero, or just in general. Now, that's a good idea, but it's hard for a player to know what to focus on unless they are already really good themselves. And that's kind of pointless, right? It defeats the purpose. There are a ton of different things you can look at and study when watching someone play, but you just need to look at 4 categories to copy a pro player's gameplay very closely. Here we're going to use Sure4 as an example because of just how popular he is. We're going to be on Route 66 playing McCree on attack. The key is to not think of him as intrinsically better than you in any way, but instead just think of it as he's playing in a way that makes it easier for him to do well compared to how you play. You know, even the title of the video is Inhuman Soldier and McCree Gameplay, and the idea that pros are somehow just intrinsically better than you and you can never match up to them is a pretty common one, even if it's not spoken out loud a lot. Well, surprisingly, professional players are actually human and you can absolutely emulate them. Alright, so let's start. 4 things you need to look at to copy the pros. Number 1 is movement. Especially on attack, that's the most important part, but defense is also important too, of course. How does the pro approach the point? A lot of players have problems actually going in on attack, so this one is very helpful. So we're approaching Route 66 checkpoint 1 with McCree, and we're going to see that he's going to come up this train, up this ramp. He's going to try to get a little bit of poke off up on the gas station and just stay up here for a little while using this corner as cover. But after a few seconds of not really getting anything, we're going to jump down like that. So at the start of the round on Route 66, as McCree, come up the ramp, poke for a little bit. If you don't get anything, come down after 5 to 10 seconds. Now we're going to follow a little bit with our team, a little bit behind the cart, pushing up with them as it slowly moves up. And we're just going to try to clear out this area. But you'll find that once this area begins to get cleared out, Sure4 as quickly as possible tries to start getting ground up on this ramp. So you see he comes up the ramp, gets this nice position, and he uses these pillars around here as cover. So that's very important, straight up the ramp on the left-hand side. And if we skip through the fight a little bit more, we're going to see that he pretty much just stays up here for the rest of the time while they're pushing the first checkpoint up until they get to the checkpoint. So, of course, this is a very short clip for our demonstration, and they wind up taking the checkpoint. Quick recap, of course, we start here on attack. We come up the ramp like this, do a little poking, pokey for about 5-10 seconds. If that doesn't work out, we jump down with our team, slowly follow along, try to clear out this area in particular. And then once that area is clear, we move up the ramp all the way to use these pillars as cover. That way we can get a nice vantage point on this area. And then we just stay in this area around the pillars for the rest of the fight until we get the checkpoint. Breaking down his movement, that's what we just saw Sure4 do. So now in your mind, you have an attack plan for Route 66 when you're playing McCree as far as the movement is concerned. Number 2 is crosshair placement. Where is the pro looking? Crosshair placement and movement go hand in hand, so this is very important. You can tell what areas of the map a pro player places the most importance on because those are the areas he's looking at all the time. Pretty simple. Alright, so we're doing the same clip now, except this time we're looking at his crosshair placement. Now, you can see that he's not really concerned as he's moving up the ramp. He doesn't really think anyone's going to be here, but as he turns the corner, he immediately looks, you can see, over here. So this is his focus. As we kind of talked about in the last section, he's focusing strictly on the gas station. That's the entire point of this move, is to try to get some poke onto the players on gas station. But now that he jumps down, let's see where he's focusing instead. He's still looking at gas station right now as he's coming around the corner, but I think we're going to see as he rounds the corner, indeed, once he's fully around the corner, he starts to focus more on the ground. And he's going to keep it that way the entire time pretty much as we continue along. And remember, he's going to come up along the ramp now on the left-hand side, and we're going to continue to focus on the ground, on these people who are forced off of gas station earlier. And from here, now that the fight is wiped, we're going to clean up the D.Va really quickly. And we see that his crosshair, although it kind of is, he's kind of wavering a little bit, right? He's kind of being a little bit loose, but his crosshair is really mostly focusing on this cave here. So that's mostly what he's focusing on, besides the Roadhog ulting, his own Roadhog ulting him. So again, if we want to give another one of these little bird's eye view things, when he comes up here, first he's focusing on gas station completely until they round the corner. Once they round the corner, he's now focusing on the ground area. And then once he's up here onto this final place, he's focusing on this area over here, the checkpoint area. And then for when he's holding for the retake, he's looking primarily at this cave and also monitoring up here as well. And that is Shift4's crosshair placement when playing Route 66 attack as McCree. Number 3 is target priority. You can tell what enemy heroes the pro thinks is the most important because that's who he'll be shooting at. This is one I find that a lot of players really don't pay attention to. Surprisingly, if you ask someone who a pro was focusing on after they just got done watching a match, a lot of people will say, I don't know, or they'll just give it correct answers. So go out of the way to keep track of that. We're going to look at the same clip once again, of course, this time focusing on target priority. Now here, we're pretty much just shooting the Reinhardt shield. So that's important. Before the fight really starts, we want to get a lot of pot shots off on the Reinhardt shield. That's what Shift4 is focusing on right now. Again, more Reinhardt shield until we start to get a little bit closer now that we have finally gotten up to the gas station, rounded the corner, and now we're shooting at people. And we can see that he's focusing on the tanks, on the tanks that are closest right now. The Roadhog was close, and now especially because the Reinhardt got close, the Reinhardt. So actually taking out the tanks first. But here, you can see if we just go back real quick and check that out one more time. So we're going to take out the Reinhardt. But here we actually have a choice. We have the Ana, which is further back. We have the Lucio here, and we have the Soldier here. Now, some people would choose to shoot at the Soldier. We're going to see that Shift4 2 times in a row chooses to shoot at the Lucio. So here he's going to ignore the Soldier who's shooting at you, and shooting at him rather, and shoot at the Lucio. And from there he's going to try to focus down the Soldier. The Soldier winds up getting away. So far, at the beginning of the fight, we want to focus down the tanks, particularly the Reinhardt is something he focused heavily on. The Roadhog was something he shot at too because he was a little bit out of position. And then as the fight sort of breaks up, as it gets more chaotic, we start to focus on the supports. Once again, there's lots of targets that you could be shooting at right now, but he immediately dialed up to the Lucio. So you can see that Lucio is a high priority target for him. Finally, we have number 4, ability usage. Surprisingly, most players are very consistent with their ability usage, almost like computers. Think of it as do X ability when Y conditions are met. And you'll find that it forms a pretty strong pattern. Try to focus on just one ability at a time. This clip is short, so we won't see too much, but let's pick out McCree's combat role and see how Shift4 uses it. So now we're going to be focusing on McCree's combat role, like I said before. And this is coming up on the first time he uses it all fight, which is here. You can see his ammo drops to 0 and we roll. So in that case, we use it explicitly to reload in the middle of the fight as the fight started. Because remember, those opening moments are very, very important. So here we're shooting some more. And once again, we wait until the 0 bullets to reload. We can see that he prioritizes the reload over the positioning. Because here, especially here, and even on this bullet, it would be safer to roll away and just kind of reset your cover. But Shift4 chooses to get all of his bullets out before rolling. So he's prioritizing the reload on his roll, using it to position when he can, but that is the secondary priority. We're going to skip forward here and we're going to see one more time that he uses the roll as we come in here. The Lucio comes and again we see he drops to 0 ammo and just rolls, just uses it to go, not really get any additional positioning, just for the bullets. So you can see that on Route 66 on attack, Shift4 uses his combat role primarily as a reload in the middle of the fight, using it for positioning as a secondary function. And that's it, guys. Really, it's just that simple. Just 4 things. If you can nail those 4 things, you'll wind up being a pretty convincing copy of any player you wind up watching. That being said, it's obviously not the whole story. You have the aim, you have those little nitpicky specifics, you have times when things get weird and the formula doesn't quite match up. Oh yeah, the rabbit hole goes much deeper, but taking this first basic approach will get you most of the way there. already. And one last thing, what you're going to be learning from watching a pro play is mostly going to be map specific. You can't just take what you see someone doing on Nimbani and assume it'll transition to Route 66. You have to take it one map at a time. Think of it as one map, one thing. Only after you've seen several maps can you maybe start to piece together some overall overarching patterns. Anyway guys, do you watch any Overwatch streams? What are your favorites? Also, do you like free money and Xbox? Sounds pretty cool, right? Well, right now there's an Xbox tournament ready to happen this coming Saturday. It's free to join and it has cash prizes for top 3. Well, right now there are only 2 teams. So if you do the math, basically you sign up and you show up, bam! Free money before you even play. In all seriousness though, like I said, there's a cash prize Xbox tournament sponsored by CEL and it should be really fun. It starts this Saturday, so hurry up and get your team ready for what should be a great tourney. Link is in the description. That's about it though guys. Check out the comment section below for a link to the Skyline Discord where you can hang out with me and a bunch of other people, ask questions, whatever. Just remember to always stay positive and have a great day. Peace out guys.